There, I'm early. I am exactly 93 seconds early. Welcome, everyone, to the Monday live stream. I hope I'm live. I hope I sound well. Let's see. All right, it does say I'm live. There we go. I am so far away from my desk right now that chat is really small. Well, anyways, hopefully I could read this. I just moved around my desk and everything, so it's a bit different in here. Someone at least tell me if you can hear me. Hopefully we don't have the same mic issues as last week. You are live and well. Thank you. Thank you. Sounds spiffy. All right. Looks good. Casey, what's up, Buddy? Texas Fish Room, Candy, thank you for the $2 super chat to start early. I appreciate it. Bob, you're on a throne tonight. I'm on a nice, big, fat recliner, and I am excited to sit here for 2 hours. You have no idea. However, the lighting's not the greatest, but hopefully we'll get a little bit better lighting next week when we do this again. Audio good. Audio sounds good. All right. I like it. You can hear me. All right. Well, we're going to be talking about community aquariums tonight and why they're the best. So if you have your questions, get them ready and we will answer them as far as, anything to do with community fish, whether fish do well together, what fish do well together, things like that. Sound is perfect. Regina Phalanges. Thank you. I appreciate it. And also, don't forget to share. Sharing helps. If you got any place to share this out, I saw that it was shared a few times before we started, so thank you. I really do appreciate it. When my marketing budget is zero, it means a lot to me when you all share. So hopefully we'll get some new people in here, and maybe we can get them sucked into the hobby. Who knows? That's the idea. Hey Bob, you're monetized, right? I just watched both of the ads through, so I hope so. I hope so too. Yes, I should be monetized, although I might have turned, oh, wait, there we go right there. I guess the fact that we got a $2 super chat and a $5 super chat means we are monetized. Michael Faulkner with the $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Says, best thing about a community tanks is hanging out with you fine folks on a Monday night. We are a community tank. How about that? That sounds good. Rooftop tent. Good vibes only. Michael Faulkner with the rooftop tent. You know what I've been looking at, totally off topic, is tents, like for the bed of your truck, like little pop-up tents. I don't know. I might want to try one out if I can get someone to send me one for free. We'll see. I never have luck getting free stuff, but we'll see. We're going to give it a few more minutes for people to roll in here. Looks like we just passed 100, so that's awesome. We'll get a few thousand more people to roll in here, and then we'll get off to a start. Oh, did I see Jamie McDonald here? Yes, Jamie McDonald, the director of the channel, making an appearance tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully my dogs aren't freaking your dogs out. Paul, what's up, buddy? Them look sweet. True Biotopes. Need I say more? Multi-hijacker. I feel it's extremely rare to actually see true Biotopes. I think if we talk about a specific type of fish that is a true Biotope, I would say the African Cichlid community pretty much nails it. Not the people that go to Petco and buy them and they mix them with, the colored gravel and the spaceships and their Erotis is killing everything. But like the true African Cichlid fanatics, I believe they're probably like the only group of people that are doing Biotopes correctly. Hey, buddy, you need to go lay down. You need to go lay down, my friend. We just started, all right? At least wait till like an hour and a half to start bugging me. I just took you out. I just fed you. You have no reason to cry. All right. Anyway, so yeah, what was I saying? African Cichlid Biotopes. They're pretty fun. I'm going to start one in my new fish room. Probably Lake Tanganyika, of course, but it will be a true biotope. So that's pretty cool. One of the few like true biotopes. You know, I've done like the South American things, but as soon as you start putting plants in a South American biotope, it's really not a biotope anymore. You might have South American fish, but there's not a lot of plants in the Amazon. So I don't know. All right, yeah, go find something to do. Brian P says, tent fun with the $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Braun Foss Fishkeeper says, wow, nice chair. You look very comfortable. My wife said you look regal. So I really hate my neighborhood this time of day. Everyone is out walking around right now, so the dogs might be a little nuts, unfortunately. If it gets too bad, I'll put them in their kennel, but I hate kenneling them when I'm home, so let me know if it starts getting unbearable, the barking. I don't know if Amazon is out there or whatever, but yeah, so the chair. So I've been in the market since I broke my last chair, and I've been wanting a recliner like this for a while because a lot of my time is spent in the computer, and computer chairs in general are crap. I don't care how much you pay for them. They're just never comfortable. Some are more comfortable than the others, but they're not. So then I was like, well, I'm not going to get a recliner because I'm moving, so I don't want to move it twice. And then I was like, wait a minute. I'm the only one who lives here. I can do whatever I want now. So I stole the recliner out of the living room and moved it into my, well, I guess office, if you call it. And so, yeah, I've had a recliner the whole time. I just, you know, not used to being able to do whatever I want. So, yeah, I stole this out of the kitchen room, the living room. And, yeah, I'm still going to get a new one because I can't keep this chair, but I'll wait. It's just a regular, like, beige leather recliner. So, yeah, it should be pretty comfortable. I can also put my feet up if I want to. Ah, yeah. Oh. I cannot kick the chair, like, the feet part up because I'm too close to the wall. So I'll knock over my green screen. But otherwise, should be a nice, comfy 2 hours. Fish Kid 61 says, hey, Steenfott, I just started a fish keeping club, and watching you live streams is part of it. Hey, that's pretty awesome. Congrats, and I hope that goes well for you. Tesla Killdozer with the $20 super chat says, I have a heavily planted 55-gallon community tank with 3 angelfish and electric blue acara. Whew, I love that fish, but I don't have the best luck with them. About 20 black skirt tetras, really awesome. I feel like more people should have black skirt tetras. And a good cleanup crew with Corydoras, Plecos, and Siamese algae eaters. That sounds like a pretty fun tank. I feel like 3 angels is perfect for a 55. These dogs are killing me already. It's going to be a long night. Electric blue acara, that could work as long as, yeah, you don't have anything else clowning around down there except Corydoras and Plecos. Sounds like a fun tank. Awesome. Thank you for the $20. I appreciate it. That would be a tank I would love to see. Poor babies. Leave them alone. No need to kennel. Yes. Shh. 2 of them just laid down, though. So, hopefully. The other issue I'm going to have with the dogs is I haven't had a chance. Like, I just moved my whole office around literally like an hour ago, and I haven't had a chance to dog-proof it. So if they go crazy in here, they might knock over a light. Or, I mean, they can knock over a lot of stuff right now. So, hopefully they kind of stayed laid down. And as soon as I said that, he got up. Anyways, moving on. That is true, Bob. If I ever get a 75-gallon, I'm either doing a Tropheus tank, which is amazing. I don't know what happened to Tropheus, but I feel like they've kind of fallen off the last few years. Or a true South American biotope with tannins, driftwood, and half leaf litter. You know, I'm actually not a fan of the leaf litter stuff. It just breaks down too fast. When you have a lot of it in there, and I get like that's the point of having leaf litter, but I guess it wouldn't be so bad if I only had like, you know, maybe 10 tanks. But maintaining a leaf litter tank when you have like 50 tanks is not that much fun. So I guess it's all relative, right? Scrolling down here, peanut butter Kong equals silence for like 15 minutes. I don't think I have any peanut butter. You must have really good vision to be able to see the chat from back there. Yep. I have pretty decent vision. I did so far. I haven't had to blow up the font at all, but it's also like 4K. Makes it a little bit easier. Anyone got discus? What size is the smallest you'd recommend? What size tank? I'm assuming. So it's really going to depend on how many discus. Like, you'll see people breed, put 2 of them in a 20-gallon tank, but that's strictly for breeding. Personally, if I was to do discus, I wouldn't do anything under a 75-gallon tank. True minimum would be like a 55-gallon, but like a full-grown discus, they don't look very comfortable in a narrow tank like a 55, which is only 12 inches front to back. So if you're doing like hardscape or rock piles, things like that, it already takes up, you know, a lot of that depth is gone already. So like a 6-7 inch full-grown discus, just they never look comfortable in a 55-gallon. So I would do a minimum 75, minimum. Bill says, got my first emerald rainbow fish to go on my 55-gallon with some angelfish. What other rainbows do you recommend? So, Bill, I would recommend any rainbow fish. They're all awesome. I wouldn't do pseudomcgills. Those are a bit too small for you. I mean, the angelfish would have a field day with them. But anything else. The thing with rainbows is that they're all very easy to take care of. So it's really about finding a color that you like and then getting that one. You like blue, you get turquoise. You like yellow, you get yellow. You know, orange, you can get Bosemani, you can get Parkinsona, you can get Kamaka. Or you can get one of each and have a mixed tank. That's possible too. So that's the great thing about rainbows. Really, there's not really one that's like, this one's super hardy and this one's not. They're all pretty easy to take care of. Multi-Jacker with the $10 super chat says, one benefit to community tanks is that you can only have a certain amount of tanks. You can still have more types as opposed to one fish or one fish per tank. Yes, getting back to community tanks. I've said this 1,000 times. Community tanks are, at least for me, way more enjoyable to watch than like a 1 or 2, maybe 3 big Central American cichlids in a tank. Usually it's only one. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get what's enjoyable about putting a 15-inch fish in a 75-gallon aquarium. And like, what do? They do the clay pots like cut in half so it has a little place to hide, and that's like it. Maybe a rock, maybe a piece of wood. It's not very exciting. But in a 75-gallon, you can then have like 100 rasboras. You have like 100 shrimp. You have like 100 Corydoras if you do like pygmaeus or something small, and you can have so much biodiversity. It's way more fun to look at. I don't get it, but to each their own. That's what's great about this hobby, right? Wait, rainbows are only one color? That's not what I said. Come on, man. Did you miss Jamie's super chat? Did I? Holy smokes, I did. Jamie McDonald, the director of the channel, sorry buddy, don't fire me, says, $5 super chat says, dogs barking, fish talking, and candy modding. It's a great night. It does feel kind of old schoolish, doesn't it? People that have been around 4 or 5 years. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. And again, good to see you. I love community tanks, but I might get one small tank for a figure 8 pufferfish or some other species. So I guess that would be like my caveat, if you will, would be like 5 or 10 gallon tanks for like betta fish, or like a 20-gallon tank, or even a 40-gallon. I mean, I'm going to have a 40-gallon tank with one fish in it. So I guess I'm kind of a hypocrite, but it is a hairy puffer, which is pretty rare. But once he's full grown, he'll have an entire 40-gallon tank to himself. And I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to try some fish in there, because so far he hasn't been interested in any fish, only shrimp. So if I can keep it that way, I will try to do some schools of some really small fish, some like really like micro rasboras, something really small that hopefully would be so small that he wouldn't be interested in eating. So, but if it doesn't work out, then it'll just be a 40-gallon fish, or a 40-gallon tank with a hairy puffer in it. But I guess that makes me a hypocrite. But the 5-gallon tanks, the even the vases and the bowls, the bigger ones, mind you. I guess that would be like my one little betta fish. Betta fish by themselves. Poor fish. But not all of them are by themselves. Some of them do well. One of my community tanks is a freaking nursery fry from multiple species, mystery snails, mystery snail babies, shrimplets. It's crazy. I used to have that tank. So I used to have a 55-gallon tank that I put all my plant clippings in. All fry would go in there. It was great. It was a really fun tank. I'm trying to remember. I had like endlers and guppies, and there was some lemon Tetra Fry. And it might still be on my channel, but I don't think it is. I might have deleted that video. I'm not sure. Zen Ginger reminding us to hit the like button. Oh, I can't see the likes anymore. Gonna have to fix that. Not like see visually, like they're not on my screen on this new software. How do I fix that? Oh well. 40-gallon breeders and 75s are perfect for communities. Yes. So my 3 favorite tanks, 40-gallon breeders, 75-gallon, and 125. I'm all about depth when it comes to fish tanks. When I first started, like the first couple years in this hobby, I was all about like gallon size. Like, 55-gallon. All day over 40 gallons. And even the guy at Petco was like, dude, you want 40 gallons. Trust me, you don't want a 55. I'm like, but it's 15 more gallons. I definitely want it. And, I hate to say it, but the guy at Petco was right. 40 gallons are way better than 55, in my opinion. 245 people and 92 likes. I think we'll be able to get that number up by the end of the stream, hopefully. None of my bettas are alone. My poor Rosie just got put in with guppies and angels. Oh, so the angels could spawn. There you go. Yeah, I think it's definitely changing. If we go back 5 years, it was like you would only see betta fish in tanks by themselves. But I think we're slowly starting to learn that they can be with other fish. And I think there's some other fish are going to be like that, like puffers. If you went back 5 years ago, people would just berate you through the coals. They would throw you in the fire if you had other fish with any puffer, like any puffer. And if you go online, they still say the Mabu puffer is like crazy aggressive. However, Corey has like 3 of them in community tanks, and mine's in a community tank. They've never gone after fish, ever. So I get it if you put in another Mabu puffer, okay, you're going to have problems. But I'm really waiting for, what would it be? The internet or the so-called experts or the literature maybe to correct that. Because in my opinion, they're not aggressive. I've never seen an aggressive Mabu puffer, ever. When will Petco PetSmart get with it and start selling 800-gallon aquariums? I know PetSmart can special order some pretty big ones, but they are super expensive. Petco, I believe, doesn't special order anything, but sometimes you can get lucky, and they'll have like one-off stuff. Like I got my 40-gallon rimless tank. That was a one-off deal. Anyway, 75 or 90. I don't think. So I don't like 90-gallon tanks. One, because they're way heavier. During the 50% off sale at Petco, they're not that much more money. However, I actually don't like the extra height of a 90-gallon tank. But I'm a Planet guy. So the higher the tank is, the more I got to spend on lighting. And there's not a lot of fish that take advantage of that extra height. Like I'd rather the 90-gallon be the same height and maybe a little bit longer. But I guess even then it would only be like 2 inches longer on each side. So I don't know, just not a big fan of 90-gallon tanks. I have one currently. and it has goldfish in it. And I'm not looking forward to moving it. I'm probably going to sell it. But yeah, I just don't like the extra height. It's like the same thing. What is it? The 180 versus the 150, the 150 gallon. Or, man, there's one that's like the next step up from the 125. And the only difference is that it's a few inches taller. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now, if it was more square front to back and a little bit taller, then I could get with that. But yeah, just going taller, I don't know. So they're both 18 inches front to back, and I believe the 90 gallon is like 4 inches taller. I might be wrong. So maybe if it went from like, no, because that would just be a 120. I was gonna say like 24 by 4 feet, but that's a 120, which I really do like that tank. The 120 gallon tank that's 2 feet tall, 2 feet front to back, and 4 feet wide. I really, really like that tank. Do Cardenia shrimp need distilled or RO/DI water, or does tap dechlorinated work? I have only done cherry shrimp with tap water. Now, my tap water is really soft, which is actually bad for Neo shrimp. So if you have, high mineral content, higher pH, that's, in my opinion, better because they need calcium for their shells. So I would never do RO or distilled water for cherry shrimp. What else? Hello, everyone. Hit the like button. Thank you, Herp Diversity. Hit the like button. We were just talking about that. The 180 is a good footprint, similar dimensions to, similar ratio to the 125. Yeah, there was one. I had a 220 gallon. I hated that tank simply because it was like 9 billion pounds. Ugh. Me and a buddy went and picked up this 220 gallon Aquarium. Oh, I can't put my feet up because it rocks the camera. Oh, well. So two of us went and picked this thing up. We picked it up, put it in the back of the truck, put it in my garage, and I was like, I never want to move this thing again. So I sold it for, let's see, I sold the tank, the stand, the sump, and the lights for $400. I was like, this is an insanely good deal. I'm not going to help you pick it up and move it. You show up, you pick it up, you bring a buddy or two, you guys move it, because I never want to move this tank again. It's not very fun. Smile Be Happy says I'm in the 125 column. Yeah, for me, like I said, 40, 75, 125, it all depends on space. If I only have space for a 40, then that's my favorite. If I have space for a 75, then that's my favorite. And etc., etc. Bob, I need advice on how to clean and gravel vac a multi-tank with tons of fry in the shells. So the nice thing about multis is, especially fry, is once you start messing around in the tank, they all run for the shells. Like, it's very rare for them to come out if you're in the tank screwing around. So that's all I would do if I had to gravel vac a multi. Hey, go away, buddy. Go away. Thanks. I love you too. Thank you. But not right now. I don't know what you've been doing, but you're drooling. Anyways, so all you got to do is like kind of reach around and like just disturb them enough so that they, retreat into their shells, and then you can gravel vac. So, remember, they hang out in their shells, not in the sand. So you should be all right. The other nice thing is that, well, I don't know if it's nice, but when I would clean my multi-tanks, I always moved around the shells. Always. And the males would get so pissed, and for the next few days, they rearrange everything, and it's so fun to watch. But yeah. Christian there looks like I need to some of my friends. What? I don't know. K-Stu says, I'm running through $50 of bloodworms enough. I need a wholesale discount from San Francisco Bay. That is a lot. That's a lot of bloodworms. What are they, like $6 a pack? Ouch. Have you maybe you should try some live cultures and make your own food. Not of bloodworms, but there's other stuff. Rummy-nosed, glowlight tetras, and peacock gudgeons. Looking for a nice centerpiece fish that is a bit bigger and than the ones I already have. Maybe I can't see the chat that well after all. Rummy-nosed, glowlight tetra, peacock gudgeons, maybe a gourami. That's kind of my go-to lately is a gourami. Just one single gourami. Although they are kind of social. But I don't know. I'm not a big centerpiece fish person myself. So that's my answer. Pearl Gourami says, Eric Wyrock. There we go. Someone agreeing with me, thankfully. Maybe a nice betta. Yeah, betta could do it too. Can you do bristlenose plecos, guppies, and shrimp in a 20-gallon tank? That I personally would not keep a bristlenose pleco in a 20-gallon tank. But if you're like, you could do one. It depends on what you're doing. If you're getting a pair of bristlenose plecos and you're getting guppies and shrimp and the whole purpose is to breed, then yes, you can do it. But be prepared to do multiple water changes a week, especially when everything starts breeding. Because I've done it. I have a video on it actually that I posted, I don't know, 2 months ago-ish. Of that exact setup, except I use endlers. So it was bristlenose plecos, endlers, and shrimp. And it requires lots of water changes. So just be prepared. If this is like a display tank or just like your standard hobby tank, then I wouldn't do it. If you really wanted a bristlenose pleco, I would do just one. And then I would do guppies and shrimp. Steenfott Aquatics, what's your favorite Neo Cardenia shrimp color? Just the classic cherry. It will always be the cherry. I've gone through where like the blue dreams, those were really cool. I like the orange. There's all the reallys. But when it comes down to it, I think cherries will always look the best, especially in a planted tank. They really just contrast really nicely with your green plants. So always going to be the red cherries. Fishkit says, interesting question to anyone. Could minuscule amounts of electrolyte tablets or micro drops of no sugar, no fluoride Gatorade or other flavor, no sugar drinks? What? I don't even know what you're asking. Are you asking if you can put Gatorade in your tank? I don't know. I don't know what you're asking. I already got that one. Hey, Bob, what's the largest tank you would keep pea puffers in before it made no sense? Infinity. Hey. If I had an 800-gallon tank, I would probably have like 8,000 pea puffers. My thought is the bigger the tank, the bigger the school, the bigger the awesomeness. Like the bigger the school or shoal of any fish just looks amazing. So like 100 pea puffers and a 125 is pretty awesome, but 800 pea puffers in an 800-gallon tank would be even more awesome. So that's that's my answer. There's never a limit. Never. What do I think about pea puffers with bristlenose? I think pea puffers would do okay with just about any armored fish. So Corydoras, Plecos. Electrolytes. It's what plants crave. I see what you're asking, but I don't know. I seem like you're pouring Gatorade in there. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just read the question wrong. My plants don't do well in any 6 tanks. Plant Guy Light. Wait. Okay, let me read this one over. Nature Water Drops Aquatics. My plants don't do well in any of 6 tanks. Plant Guy Light. Plant Guy Light. I don't know what that means. For 6 hours in cool tanks to 76 degrees. Do you agree? And any other advice? Plant Guy Light. I don't know what that means. 6 hours. Well, first of all, there's so many things that can contribute to not being successful with growing plants. One of the issues that you come across is you just have to keep trying different things. So, depending on what plants you have, could depend on, like, say you have like all Anubias and Crypts, right? You could put your light on for like 4 hours a day and those would still grow. But other like high-tech plants, if you're trying those, 4 hours a day is not going to cut it. You could do like 12 hours a day with some. So, I mean, there's so many different scenarios. Also take into consideration on how tall your tank is. I just talked about this a few minutes ago. I don't like 90-gallon tanks. Taller tanks require more light to reach the substrate. So it all comes down to what plants you're growing, what your current setup is, and exactly what issue you're having. You can usually tell, like, if you have stem plants and only the tops are growing, that usually means you don't have enough light. So it's just, that's something that's going to be really hard to diagnose without actually looking at and seeing or knowing what's going on. You can't, if someone is just giving you blanket advice without any information on your tank, then it's something to try, but it's not like, yeah, that's going to work 100%. That's a really hard thing to diagnose over the internet without seeing anything or knowing more, I guess. Can TDS get too high for Cpds? Well, yeah. I mean, I guess the question is what is causing the TDS to get high, right? If I just poop in my tank, the TDS is going to get higher and it's going to kill everything, but if I put crushed coral in my tank, the TDS is going to get higher and not kill everything. So TDS is like one of these numbers that people chase without really realizing what it is they're chasing and why they're chasing it. So it's just total dissolved solids could be anything. Like your TDS goes up when you treat it with Prime or Safe or any water conditioner. So yeah, I don't worry about TDS in the slightest, unless it's specifically maybe like a super soft water fish that only breeds in incredibly soft, low pH water. Then maybe I'll get out the test kit. But I don't know. TDS to me is just something I never worry about, and people, I think, give it too much credit, right? I don't know. Let's see. 6 more days until jelly beans. All right. I don't know. Okay, jelly beans. Regina Phalange says, Shelly's, Similis or Multis? I'm leaning towards Similis. Sorry for any spelling mistakes. Oh man, there's so little difference between the two. Like, even when it comes down to looks, obviously there's some difference, but I personally would always choose Multis over Similis. But I think ultimately it comes down to how much fry do you want. In my opinion, Multis will outproduce Similis, like just hands down 2-to-1. While Similis are really easy to breed, Multis will just go gangbusters. So if you want something that's going to produce a lot of fry, maybe you have some type of deal where you could sell them back to your local fish store, then I would do Multis for sure. But if you want something that's a little bit more, I would say, chill in the breeding area, then I would go with Similis. But both of them are pretty prolific. I'm just saying, like, Multis are like on another level. 6 more days for jelly beans. I had them yesterday. So I've never had jelly beans in my life. Don't flame me, but I've never had them. I just redid one of my tanks, and I'm wondering how long should I wait until putting fish back in, and also using my Imaginarium brand biological booster and water conditioner. So I really wouldn't trust bacteria in a bottle. Let me be clear. I've never used Imaginarium brand bacteria in a bottle, but most of them do not work. There's maybe like 3 or 4 companies that actually have the right kind of bacteria. And even then, depending on how long they sit in a warehouse, get shipped to a fish store or a wholesale facility, then they sit there for a couple more months. I mean, a lot of times by the time they make it to your tank there, it's already dead. So I'm not a huge believer in the bacteria in the bottle stuff. In general, what I am a believer in is test kits. If you don't have a test kit, don't waste your money on bacteria in a bottle. Waste your money on test kits. I mean, you can get the test strips for just a few dollars, like $15. They're very accurate no matter what anyone says. It's more accurate than not having one or guessing. But yeah, get yourself a test kit. As soon as you see nitrates, you're good to go. But honestly, how long should you take? It really depends. Sometimes when you redo a tank, you lose your cycle, and sometimes you don't. If you didn't remove any of the gravel, chances are some of your beneficial bacteria probably survived. But if you like swapped out your substrate, then you might have started the cycle all over. So it really depends. Or if you have a second tank, you can just take the filter media out of that tank and put it in the new tank, and that's the best. I mean, it's instant cycled right there. You already have that beneficial bacteria. Best snails to breed in a planet tank for a tiny profit on top of other profits. So people would really be surprised, but ram's horn snails sell really well, and a lot of people consider them to be pest snails, but they sell well. You could do mystery snails, but they're really dirty snails. They're like goldfish, where they create a lot of waste. So keep that in mind. And there's really not a lot of other snails, besides like maybe pond snails, that are going to breed for you. A really good one is Malaysian trumpet snails. That's another one that people love, especially planet tank people. At least I hope people with planet tanks have Malaysian trumpet snails. Ooh. Hi, Chevy Fish, Mississippi hippie. Don't like any candy with sugary shell, M&Ms, jelly beans, etc. Yeah, I've never had jelly beans. I've never had like any like gummy worms, any of that. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Carol Cox says Aquarium Co-op's new test strips are great and a good buy. I still have not got any, so I haven't been able to try them out. But once I do, once I do get them and I'm able to try them out, then I could give some thoughts about it. But I haven't tried them. I've only used the Tetra test strips so far. I've had pretty good luck with them. But I'm hoping that the co-op ones are just as good too. So it's good to see some positive feedback on those, because I really want those to be. I'm not much of a fan of Tetra, so anything I can do to not buy Tetra is good for me. Popcorn flavored jelly bean? That sounds terrible. Ugh. My alpha ram's horn snails that snuck in on a plant are now probably 3/4 of an inch and look kind of cool. Yeah, I don't get the hate on snails. They're so beneficial, especially in community aquariums. I don't know, when I first got back into this hobby, I don't even know how long it's been now. There was such like a negative. I mean, everybody hated snails. It was like, oh, I got snails. And if people were selling plants, it's like, you sold me plants and now my tank has snails, and people would just get livid. And I'm like, that's a good thing, right? Isn't that the point of having an aquarium, is to have like this whole ecosystem in your tank? That includes snails. I don't think I've ever been to like a lake or a pond, or any real body of water that didn't have snails. Like, snails are insanely important. So I don't know. I've never understood the hate. They're so good. If I understand, like, maybe your tank has like 1 billion snails. If that's the case, that's your own fault. That's not the fault of the snails. That's you feeding your tank way too much, way too often, so you end up with 1 billion snails. If you feed the right amount, you get the right amount of snails, and it's good. It's fun. How do you prevent the snails from crawling out the hang-on back opening? So the only snails that I know that do that are mystery snails. This is why I'll probably never keep mystery snails again. So mystery snails have to leave the water to lay their eggs. So they're always looking to crawl out somewhere. There's nothing worse than finding dried up mystery snail shells and who knows what else, dead rubbery bodies that crawled out of their shell looking for water. I don't know. I'm not a fan of mystery snails, but I also, don't keep my tanks like 100% tight. There's always ways to get out. But that's in my experience, that's the only snail that has crawled out of the tank. So if you have a different type, I don't know. The only other way is like some people will like tape over the openings, things like that. Curtis St. Martin with the $1.50 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Water Drops Aquatics says, half of y'all haven't pressed the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit that like button. Free snails are the best snails. That's my opinion. Like, if I got order plants and it came with snails, I'm like, ooh, free. Free. My nearite snails like to occasionally leave my tank. I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I've kept nearite snails. When I've kept them, though, I've always had enough to where if one left the tank, I probably wouldn't notice. But I guess I could see nearite snails crawling out as well. I've had ram's horns sneak out to get into other tanks before. What? That's like, all right, we're making the trip. We're crawling out of this 10-gallon tank in the bedroom, and we're going to go into that 75-gallon paradise in the living room. Pack your bags, boys. We're going on a journey. We got to go up the stairs, around the corner, through the kitchen, and we'll be home free in that big old 75-gallon tank. Nearites will crawl out of the water, but never had them go out of the tank. Yeah, that's the same thing with like ram's horns. Like, I know they crawl out of the water, so if I'm lazy and I don't do a water change, and maybe the water's evaporated, it's like an inch down, then I'll see all snails crawl out, but never like completely out. Eric Wyrock says, anyone keep keyhole cichlids? Keyhole cichlids. Would they be a good fit in a 75-gallon with some rummy nose, tetras, and checkerboard cichlids? I feel like you might have issues between the cichlids. They would definitely be okay with tetras or any schooling fish, just like up towards the top. Wouldn't be a problem. But I don't know. I feel like keyholes and checkerboards may not get along. They might, but they might not. Maybe somebody here has done it before. Hopefully, we'll get some insight. Nearites crawl out of my tanks constantly. Tired of the white egg spots too. Honestly, Michael, that's exactly why I stopped buying nearite snails. Was just the white spots. I don't know, 50 years ago when I got my first nearites, and I was like, what are these white spots everywhere? There wasn't the internet to, you couldn't Google it. It was just like, what is this stuff? Like, I never knew. And then I like saw a trail of white coming out of the butt of a nearite, and I was like, oh, it's snail eggs. Son of a biscuit. So once I figured out the cause, I never got them again, because those white spots are annoying, and they're like super glued on with like rubber cement. I don't even know how they get them stuck on there so hard, but it's like almost impossible to get them off, I swear. Not really. The keyholes are pretty much mini chill convicts. So they're saying they would be okay together? That'd be cool. Cole with the $2 super chat says, planted 20 long with neo shrimp, tank mates. Anything that's the same size as an adult neo shrimp will do well. So any tetra, any rasbora. Rasboras are personally my favorite fish ever to keep with neos. After that, it would be like Pseudo McGill rainbows. Yep, I like rasboras more than pseudos in my shrimp tank. Just putting that out there. But yeah, there's so many cool rasboras out there. The strawberry rasbora, chili rasbora, the neon green or neon blue rasbora, and they don't eat the shrimp. Chevyfish, hi, and thanks for the super chat. Cole says, Chevyfish, my black near-eye snails have stayed in the tank and don't leave the water. Different types behave differently, says Katie. There you go. I'm definitely not a sneerite snail. Nearite. Did I say sneerite? Maybe I'll just call them sneerites instead of nearite snails. I'm not a sneerite expert. Sneerite. I kind of like that word. I hope it's not like anything bad. Sneerite. Emerald Dwarf Rasboras. Yep. I personally don't like CPDs or Emerald Dwarf Rasboras. But a lot of people do, and I'm not saying they're bad fish. They're definitely cool. I just don't like their shy behavior myself. Zenginger says, Aaron, you could remove most and leave some. They like well-established tanks, so no biggie. There you go. My nearite snail lay eggs on my crebensis. Whoa, your nearites are laying eggs on your fish. Well, crebensis coconut. And nowhere else. It doesn't bother me at all. I guess, Dougie, if my nearite snails, like, if you could train them to like only lay snails on this, or only lay eggs on this one rock, then I'd be okay with them. Because I really like the horn nearites, especially like the yellow one. I really like them, but not as much as I hate their eggs. John's Fish Michigan says hello. Well, hello. Let's see. Riverstone says, have a 55-gallon community tank. Have a paradise fish, male and female, as the showpiece of the tank. Do they color up more as they age, or do they stay more pale blue and orange? I've seen some very beautiful paradise fish, but in my experience, a lot of them kind of stay pale. But there's a lot of things that go into that, like if they're not happy, if they're stressed, they're not going to color up. So definitely make sure that, you're feeding them good food, things like that, keeping their water clean, and that will help with their color. But I don't know. I feel like more often than not, when I see them, they're just kind of pale, bland. But I mean, they do have some color though. There are definitely some colorful ones out there. So just treat them right, and hopefully they'll color up. If I have a breeding pair of L Plecos, would a 20 long be sufficient? Well, K-Stew, that's a pretty loaded question, because a common Pleco is an L Pleco. A sailfin Pleco is an L Pleco. The Adonis Pleco, which is like 4 feet long, is an L Pleco. So I think you got to narrow it down a little bit, my friend. But if it's like L Plecos, like King Tiger or Sultan Plecos, L200, I don't even know, like L333. There's definitely a lot of L Plecos that you can breed in a 20-gallon long. Just remember, all Plecos are L Plecos, though. What are some good fish that can replace guppies? Endlers. Basically the same thing, but in my opinion, way more fun. And yeah, you can get just different color variations, things like that. But same live bear, etc., etc. Crystal says, any tips for feeding Corydoras in a community tank with endlers? Endlers are just too good at finding and eating those wafers. Well, I would feed them at night. When the lights are off, drop them in there. The Corys will usually get a fair amount of it. You could try Rapashi as well, but you might have the same problem. But with Rapashi, you can do like big chunks at a time. The nice thing about Rapashi is it doesn't go bad. Like you can keep a piece of Rapashi in your tank for like 24 hours. I keep mine in for a full day, and if there's any left over, then I'll remove it. So it doesn't break down very fast, and it's a little bit more pricey than wafers, but it's a lot better quality food as well. So I would try Rapashi, and I would feed at night. Please answer. Can I keep angelfish with Cartel Tetras? I don't know what a Cartel Tetra is. But Joshua, angels are pretty community safe. You don't want anything that can easily eat though. So anything that fits in their mouth, if an angel gets angry and decides to eat it, it'll eat it. So, but I'm not familiar with the Cartel. Maybe Cardinal. If you're thinking Cardinal Tetra, there's a lot of people that keep Cardinal Tetras with Angelfish, but just keep in mind, I mean, they're not going to go rogue and like kill off your whole school, but they might pick off one here or two if they get hungry enough. Luxury Bob tonight. I know. I am already digging this. This is so much better than a computer chair. You have no idea. Live streaming from the Seven Dwarfs house. I have no idea what that means. Zenginger says, have we all hit the like? Yep, our 15-minute reminder to hit the like. Gotta remind everyone every 15 minutes. PetSmart Pleco housing, 55+ gallon tank. Aquarium, minimum aquarium size should be 10 gallons or larger. Wait, what? A good rule of thumb is 1 gallon of water for every inch of a full-grown fish. Is this what it says on the Petco website? Hello, Small Bob. I don't know. Is it? Oh, see, I just ruined that. See, I don't know. Is this what you're talking about? You want me a bit bigger like that? I don't know. Like, the lighting's not good enough. Then when it gets too big, you can start seeing all the green screen problems because I didn't get a chance to perfect the lighting. So that's it for now. That's all you get this week. At least you can hear me, though. Last week, you couldn't hear me. So, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. I broke down a smallish tank, moved the fish to other tanks. I put 7 Ember Tetras in with a few Cardinals and glow lights. Interesting. The neons and glow lights are out and about much more. Broke down a smallish tank, moved the fish to other tanks. I mean, is the other tanks... I'm assuming the other tanks are bigger. Maybe that has something to do with it, since you said smallish. You know what? I'm just going to do this, just to troll you all. There. There. How do you like me now? Hello? There. That's what you get. Keep calling me small. We'll see how much smaller I can go. 1 inch square would be better. Short fish can be very tall. Yeah, the whole, you know, one inch of fish per gallon, or 1 inch. That, yeah, 1 inch per gallon, whatever. Stupid rule. I could totally like flip the bird, and you guys wouldn't be able to see me because it's so small. What else we got here? Can't wait to set up a 75-gallon community tank with aqua decor background and an Oase canister filter. I will say those aqua decor backgrounds are very, very nice. Very nice. I wish I could afford them, but it's not something that I want in one tank. Like, I could afford one, but I couldn't afford them in all my tanks. And if one tank had it and the other ones didn't, I would be so disappointed in my other tanks. Like, it would not be fun. You look good in the chair, Bob. No need to blow it up. Holy Moses, Munchkin Bob. Let's see. Ooh. All right. You drank the drink me potion. You drank the drink me potion? How many small bobs can you fit in a 10-gallon tank? My 15-gallon Fluval Flex has so much fry, I keep a breeding group of Florida pygmy sunfish, endlers, yellow belly live bears, neocardenia, ember tetras, and sparkling gouramis. Holy smokes, that's a lot of fish for a 15-gallon. But hey, if they're breeding, that means they're happy. So good. Good. How to breed zebra danios? Please answer me back. Joshua, danios are pretty easy to breed. The problem you're going to run into is keeping them from eating their eggs. So they're an egg scatterer. So you have to set up a device that will either catch the eggs or allow the eggs to fall through. So like a screen You know, a lot of people use screen that's big enough for the eggs to fall through, and the parents can't get through. So what does that mean? What do I got? I don't have anything. Basically, but you get like a container, and you just put mesh on top of it, like just any Tupperware plastic container. Line the top with mesh. The eggs will fall through. You spawn them, feed them lots of high protein food. They'll spawn, and then you pull the eggs out and put them in a separate tank. We represent the Lollybob League. Welcome to Munchkin. Lollybob. I've never heard that before. Lollybob. That's a new one. It's you don't really get new Bob names anymore. I've heard them all, but Lollybob I have not. Wow. The pseudomcgills might sift some sand near your head soon. Oh yes, the pseudomcgills. Just called Petco. 50% off sale ended the 27th. Next sale should be in May. He didn't know if they would be $1 per gallon or 50% off. Yeah, I swear, like the employees know less than us hardcore fish nerds. There's so many times, like I've actually gone into after a live stream, after people were like, "Hey, the $1 per gallon sale is going on." I've actually gone straight to a Petco and been like, "Hey, or your $1 per gallon tanks?" And they're like, "Oh, that sale's not going right now." I'm like, "Yes, it is." They're like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Ring it up." They're like, "Oh, it is." Oh man, either they're like really bad at internal communication or they just don't care. I don't know. Either is possible. I've worked enough in retail to know that either is possible. Mark Stevens says, starting to cycle a 10-gallon tank, adding fish food to start ammonia. How long before ammonia begins to spike, and how much food should I use a day? So, again, that's really a question that you can't answer. Different foods, I mean, this is like super nerdy, but different foods break down faster than other foods. So like I was just talking about, if you put Rapashi in a tank, it's not going to break down as fast as, say, Tetra flake food. The key is you got to be patient. It's not a race. You know, the key is long-term success. The key to long-term success is patience. Get a test kit, be patient, test it. Normally takes 3 to 6 weeks to cycle a tank. So if you're looking for a number, that's my number, 3 to 6 weeks. Hey, this isn't the room for that. You have your whole room over there to go wrestle. Don't do it in here. Matthew Vargas is here. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Any new community tank ideas planned for the new fish room? Planning to keep any new fish? So outside of my like breeding stock, I guess you will, like I plan on breeding Corydoras and Loaches, so those will all be new. For the most part, I do have a group of stir-by Corydoras already that I'll breed, but anything outside of that is going to be new. As far as like community tanks, I'm definitely going to set up a Lake Tanganyika tank again. It's been a while since I've had a dedicated Lake Tanganyika tank, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm hoping to get my Parasiprochromis breeding again. And, you know, I plan on doing just a lot of planted tanks. And I really want to do them up nice. And I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet. It'll be one of those things where I'm looking at a wholesale list. And if a fish I really like is available that week, then boom, I'm going to buy like 100 of them. So that's kind of what's going to happen. Unholy Orders 82. What's up, Bob? I'm late, but I'm here. What's up, buddy? Heard Bob is breeding expensive plecos and selling to members on the cheap. Yeah, boy, you heard right. Members are getting zebra plecos for $20. It's insane. It's insanity in the members only section. Become a member, but all the $20 zebra plecos are sold out. So just keep that in mind if you do want to become a member. You know, what can I say? They sell out fast. Probably won't have them again, but you should become a member anyways. Did you decide on your third Corys to breed yet? No, Casey. I'm gonna let my subscribers choose. And I thought it would be really fun. So I plan on doing this in like I've talked about it so many times, so I'm going to talk about it again. I plan on doing it in groups. 3 Corydors I'm going to breed. Once those breed, I'm going to move on, and I'm going to do like 3 Loaches. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to pick 2, and the 3rd I'm always going to let the subscribers pick. So I'm going to post a poll of like, I don't know how, maybe 3 or 5 different fish, and whatever wins that poll is what I'm going to try to breed. So I want to do Tetras, I want to do Rasboras. I basically want to go through like every fish group and breed 3 of each. That's my goal. With the subscribers, I think one, it would be more challenging than me just picking 3 easy fish out of every group, and I think it'd be a fun way to engage with everyone and more challenging. So, longfin pandas. Don't give up on the poor pandas. I do want to do pandas. I don't know if I'll do longfin. But yeah, I definitely want to do pandas. That will be on the list. So hopefully you guys vote for that. Skunk cories would be a fun one. I haven't had the best luck with skunk cories though. It's kind of like pandas. Those have kind of been my Achilles heel. Bob is such a member tease. I know. I'm like, hey members, we're gonna do a live stream this week. 5 months later, hey, I told you we're gonna do a live stream. Put false bandit cories on your list. That would be a fun one. Skyway says, I bought baby coolie loaches. Any tips? Make sure they're getting food. I don't know what else you have in your aquarium, but a lot of time bottom dwellers, they starve out, especially coolie loaches that tend to hide a lot during the day. So I would feed them after the lights go out at night. And just make sure they're getting food. Congo Tetras, mine are nice. Congo would be a fun one. I don't know. I took it in a group of Congo Tetras for like 3 weeks just temporarily. I think that was the only time I ever kept Congo Tetras. Yeah, I think I need to do Congo Tetras. Hey! Jeez. No, go lay down. Go lay down. Go on. Thank you. Humberto with the $20 super chat says, can I keep a bet with blue neon rasboras? I'm going to assume beta. So this is going to be pretty tricky. Well, not tricky. There's no trick to it. I guess I should say iffy. So neon blue rasboras are really, really, really small. So if you got a betta that does not like other fish, it will slaughter them and eat them like so easily. If you have a betta fish that does well in community tanks, then you're not going to have any problems. But the thing with bettas, it's really specific on each fish on whether they're psycho or chill. And the other thing about bettas is you could get a group of blue neon tetras and they could be living together for a year, and then just one day something triggers the betta fish and it goes buck wild and kills everything. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Would I try it? I don't know that I would try it, just given the cost of blue neon tetras. If it was like blue neon rasboras, I was going to say, if it was like neon tetras that you could buy for like 99 cents when they're on sale, that I would be more prone to try. But blue neon rasbora is a little bit more expensive. I don't know that I would want to risk it. And yeah, sorry, I wish I had a better answer, but it's really going to be dependent on your specific betta. So if you've tried other fish with your betta and they were fine, chances are they might be fine with blue neon rasboras. But again, my only holdback is that they're really, really small. They might be too small. Riverstone says, Night Bob, thanks for the vids and information. Stay awesome. Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Did you go camping this past week? No, we did not. I don't know when the next camping trip is going to be. I don't want to go too long, though. So if I have to go solo, I will go solo. So if we don't have something planned by this weekend, like, even if we don't go this weekend, I just want something planned, at least planned. If we don't have something planned, then I'll just go by myself. I don't know how exciting it would be to film that, though. That's the problem. But I guess if you wanted me to film it, I would. I don't know how to make that exciting, though. Just one person going camping. What else we got going on here? Topman, old gear, okay. Longfin bettas, more chance for chill. Also have a 3-year-old male, has extremely chill, but wasn't the first year or so. Yeah, so that's one kind of weird thing about betta fish. Like, they can just go from, like, totally chill to psycho, like, overnight, or psycho to chill overnight. So it is, I mean, it's going to be a gamble. The chance, you know, the question is it worth the gamble? Like, the price of, like, 8, I don't remember what I sell 8 neon blue rasboras for, like, $30 maybe. I don't know, 30, 40 bucks. Is it worth $40 gamble? I don't know. Maybe it is to you. Maybe you're like, I wipe my butt with 40 bucks. That's no biggie. I'll definitely gamble. Danikin, hello, Danikin. I don't know if I got Danny or Kin, but or both, but hello. You definitely need another camping trip. Yeah, it's just been Corey's moving. I'm building a new fish room, looking for somewhere to move. It's just been pretty hectic the last couple months. So, yeah, just a lot going on. Jackson Tax, what's up? Says, I keep mine with Norman Lampi and one glow shark. Are you talking about bettas? Maybe? Now that you mention, I think my gang of Baddest ate my neon blue rasboras. They were gone one day, and I tested the water and everything. But I'm suspecting they were expensive snacks. Baddest can definitely get angry as well. Danny Kenny, which? New planet tank setup. Dirted tank capped with sand or fluval stratum. I am not much of a fan of fluval stratum. I know I'm like the only one to ever say that, but I've tried fluval stratum. I did a 125 gallon tank with all fluval stratum, and there was lots of ammonia, but that's lots of fluval stratum, so I don't really blame Fluval for that. There's not a lot of people that are putting fluval stratum in huge tanks. Like a 10-gallon tank, probably not going to be that big of an issue as far as the amount of ammonia it releases, but I don't know. I didn't see significant difference in like plant growth. I did shrimp. I don't know. The whole aqua soil stuff, I guess I've just never been a fan of for how much it is. Like, as far as benefits, do the benefits match the cost, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and to me it doesn't. So I'm not a huge fan of fluval stratum. Plus, if you're doing dirt, I don't know that you need to shell out for fluval stratum. Honestly, I would just use dirt and cap it with sand. It's super easy. Plants love dirt. I don't know that it's worth having the extra cost of fluval stratum if you're doing dirt. That's just my opinion, though. I gotta watch that ammonia leak from it. Yep. Yeah, it was so much ammonia, and it lasted like 8 months. It was just leaching ammonia for like 8 months. It was awful. It took so long. Man, I was doing so many water changes because I wasn't expecting it. I probably should have, but I wasn't. And so, I set up the tank, cycled it, put fish in, and it was just ammonia. And a lot of people agree. Did my super chat go through? This new phone sucks. Did I miss it? Let me look. I don't believe so. But thanks for the thought. I appreciate the thought of a super chat. What else we got here? Plants love dirt. Yep, it's true. I know. You came here expecting just an insane amount of knowledge, and you just got it right there. Plants love dirt. I'm telling you. I still plan on doing my 300-gallon dirted or 600, however big it ends up being. I'm still undecided. Florida Fish Rescue. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone chiming in, saying they didn't see it. I did not see it. I still don't have the option, so I couldn't even do it if I wanted to. John's Fish from Michigan says, I kept my betta in my 75 with black neons, harlequin rasboras, corridors, coolie loaches, praecox rainbow fish, awesome, pearl danios, glow light tetras, honey gourami, endless platies, and Asian rummy nose tetra. Yeah, so I feel like you're definitely going to have way more success with fish with betta fish the bigger the tank is. Like, the problem is when you put like blue neon rasboras and bettas in a 5-gallon tank and there's nowhere for the rasboras to run, it's very easy for betta fish to catch them. But catching small little fish like that in a 75-gallon tank is going to be way harder. Shell says, thanks for the opinion on stratum. I'm going crazy trying to figure out which way to go and so many options on what kind of dirt, etc. That just means you need more tanks to fulfill all these options. You got 20 options, get 20 tanks. Problem solved. You know, I'm a problem solver. What can I say? For s'mores on your next camping trip, Danikin with the $5 super chat. Never going to happen. Never had s'mores, and I don't plan on it now. I'll tell you that much. We had some people making s'mores on Saturday. Nope. I'll eat the graham cracker. I haven't had graham crackers in probably 30 years, but I had one on Saturday, and I was like, this is surprisingly really good. Just the cracker. So I had the cracker, and I had the chocolate, but I did not have the marshmallow. Does he eat s'mores? Nope. I do like chocolate. I just don't eat it very often. I don't like brownies. I love brownies. But no, generally, no sweets. S'more of what? S'more sneerites. S'more sneerites. Matthew Vargas with the $10 super chat. There you go. It went through. Hey, Bob. I want to spice up my 40 with a spotted Congo puffer. Down to 2 female kamakas, and I'm really on the Congo Tetra bandwagon. I didn't know there was a bandwagon. I think they would do well in a 40 since they are a bigger Tetra. I think you just got to scale down the school to maybe... Oh, man, that's tough. They are a bigger Tetra. I think like 8 would be pushing it, but like the minimum 6. So I would do like 6 to 8 and see how it goes. Okay, so I never had s'mores until I went camping with some coworkers. They are actually amazing. I don't doubt it. You know, I've just never eaten marshmallows, you know. I've gone like 80 years so far without eating marshmallows, and I don't plan on starting anytime soon. What do we got? Rimless Cube. I'm looking for some fish recommendations. Help. Oh, and thank you for the super chat, Matthew Vargas. I appreciate it. I still have your kamakas. Anyways, 90-gallon, holy smokes, rimless cube. I'm looking for some fish recommendations. Fish. I have Mexican dwarf crayfish. I'm already super jealous. 3 cories. I will say get more corridoras. And a couple guppies. I've tried doing a lot of guppies and they keep jumping out. Interesting. I've never really had guppies be jumpers. So 90-gallon rimless cube. I'm guessing it's a square tank. I might be wrong, but I'm just guessing. And what else we got? Dwarf crayfish, which are awesome. 3 corridoras. I would definitely bump that up to like 12. You'll see way better behavior. You'll see schooling. It'll just be way better. So more corridoras. And then I would probably, I mean, I'm still on the lemon tetra bandwagon, but I would get a nice big school of lemon tetras. And then maybe something like a pair of apistos or any pair of smaller, South American cichlid would be pretty neat in there. I'm saying apistos, like apistogrammas, because they're super colorful, fun to watch. That's what I would do. Plants love dirt. Who'd have thunk it? I know. Now you all can be planted tank experts. Well, I'm down to 2 females. Well, if you're just going to go Congo Tetras, you don't want to cloud your tank with more Kamakas. Honestly, I don't even know how many I have left. Maybe like 8-ish, 6 or 8. Bob Vance from Vance Refrigeration says, I use Tetra test strips. Ammonia never shows. Maybe you never have it, Bob. Maybe you never have it. I haven't experienced that myself, but I don't know. Maybe you got a bad batch. It's possible. I don't know. Joel Williams says, just got home. Jealous of that chair. Yeah. It needs more stuffing in the cushions, though. When I get my own, or when I buy another one here in the next month or two, I'm going to get it overstuffed. And I just want to sit in the chair and then sink down and then have like the cushions just engulf me. And I'll just be like I'm floating in a cloud. It's going to be great. Peeps are only the reason not to eat marshmallows. Yuck. Peeps, I've obviously never had Peeps, but they look absolutely disgusting to me. Absolutely just disgusting. I have a dried Endler on the lid of a 29-gallon. He jumps out 2 years ago. Your fish jumped out 2 years ago, and you decided to keep it there as a reminder to any other fish that decides to jump of what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen to you if you jump out. You're going to be dried up and stuck on my lid. Oh, look at that. He says, I keep him there to warn the others in case they think about it. That's so funny. Mr. Manifesto. Congos can be insane with the food. Not sure how a puffer would fare. So a puffer is going to be eating snails. Congo Tetras are not going to go after snails. A friend had them with discus and had to hide the food every time. Yeah, totally different food. Should be okay. And once a spotted Congo puffer gets comfortable in its tank, it's not bashful at all. I mean, any puffer in general, they're not very bashful fish. So I don't know that you have to worry about it because one, like I said, you're feeding them snails. The Congo Tetras, I'm sure will pick one up and try to eat it, but they'll give up. Cole says 75-gallon, 22 neon Tetras, 7 zebra danios, 1 rainbow shark, and I am fully stocked. Or am I fully stocked, or can I throw in a few more danios? I'm sure you could definitely do a few more danios. Stocking, the big thing about stocking is be prepared to do more water changes. So in my opinion, it's really hard to be overstocked. I mean, there's definitely cases out there where you're like, dang, that is a lot of fish. But if you're willing to do the water changes, you'd have to go pretty crazy to overstock, I think, especially with fish like Tetra and things like that. Rasboras, etc. There is a Peep flavored Pepsi out right now. Ugh, just the thought of Peeps, like I don't care what flavor it is. It just sounds disgusting. Gross. You know what else I don't like is Cadbury eggs. No, thank you. No, thank you. Like a head on a pike? What? Like a head on... Oh, yeah. Like a fish head on a pike. That's funny. And Bob, where would you buy your Congo Tetras right now? Dan's... If Dan was selling them, if there was a fish I was after and Dan was selling them, I would definitely buy it from Dan's Fish. You pretty much know you're going to get good quality food. Well, I guess it would be good quality food if you ate it. But also good quality fish. Fish. That's the word I was looking for. Oh, boy. Hello, all you beautiful fish freaks. Holly, hello. Welcome. Dear Pepsi, stop doing stupid things. Bring back Pepsi Clear. Oddball Aquatics says it. Haley wants Pepsi Clear. Be Coke or be nothing. Do you ever rewatch your own stream and go back and look at chat? No. Are you kidding me? I don't know how you guys watch this stream, let alone me watch it. Ugh. Having to live through this twice? No thanks, Bob. No thanks. Why? I'm sure I miss a lot of chats and comments, but you know what? There's 320 people here. I'm going to miss some comments. Thanks for keeping you awake while doing the dishes. Bob, Bob, you have to have s'mores on your camping channel. We will all tune in to see your incredible experience. See, when people tell me I have to have something, that just means that I don't. I mean, have you realized how long I've been having to deal with this pie nonsense? You have to have pie. Oh my God, it's so good. And then I have pie and I'm like, it's all right, but like, I don't get it. It's not terrible, but it's nothing amazing. Like, I feel like, one, marshmallows are gross. So I don't know that I'm going to like s'mores. I'm just saying. Pepsi Clear, I literally gagged. Headed up an hour north Wednesday for some more fish. Woohoo! Gotta try the mini Cadbury eggs. Best chocolate. Oh, Cadbury. Oh, I tell you. I'm going fishing with Father Fish tomorrow. Envy me. Yes, envy me. I'm so excited. I'll tell you what. I'll envy you if he's a good fisherman. I mean, I don't know. Bob, you have to have a big chair. I know. My next one is gonna have like cushions like all the way up to here. The armrest cushions are gonna be like all the way up here. It's gonna be glorious, glorious. Burn my mellows. Bob, you the man, down to earth. That's why I watch your YouTube lives. I try to be. I mean, I don't try to be down to earth. I just try to be who I am. That's all. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty down to earth. Honestly, I don't get stressed out about pretty much anything. I don't let people, get on my nerves. So I don't know. I guess that's pretty down to earth. I don't know. Bob, the Get Outdoors channel really has inspired me and my girlfriend a lot. We got our first date, a couple of, no, I'm just kidding. We got our first tent, a couple of Amazon accessories, and we even convinced a couple of buddies to come. Can't wait. That is awesome. Camping is so fun. I mean, just anything outdoors. I'm really looking forward to getting out on the water this year. Whatever that means. Rafting, camping, floating, ocean, swimming in the ocean, whatever. I love being in the water. Anything outside, really fun. I know of some like really good cliff spots, so I refused to try s'mores for so long because I absolutely hate marshmallows, but when I tried s'mores for the first time, they were actually pretty decent. See, like, and what's all the hubbub? If they're just pretty decent, like, that's like pie. Well, I'm like, huh? I mean, it's all right. Whatever. Just tuned in. How you doing, Bob? Desert Fish, I am doing amazing. Good to see you, my friend. John's Fish Michigan says, wait, what's your outdoor channel? I love backpacking. It's called Get Outdoors. And so far all we've done is overnight camping. We just started the channel not too long ago. And come spring and summertime, we'll be doing more hiking, longer camps, not just overnighters. We want to do some overlanding. So yeah, there'll be a lot more once the weather gets nicer. Already caught my first rainbow trout. Oh yeah, rainbow trout are pretty dang good. Not gonna lie. Hoping to do some catch and cooks on the outdoor channel with some rainbow trout. We got rainbow trout, we got brook trout, we got brown trout, we got cutthroat trout. We got no shortage of options here in the Northwest. Denikin Aquatics says, come down to Oregon. I'll take you walleye fishing on the Columbia or the Willamette. Is that where they get like the big, huge rollers going when you're out, like where the Columbia goes into the ocean? I want to do that so bad. You have no idea. Camping in winter is no joke. It is no joke, but it is also a lot of fun. I love snow camping. I love it a lot. And thank you for the $5 super chat, Denikin. I'm sure I will make it down to Oregon definitely for part of the Bigfoot series. So got to get back on the hunting Bigfoot. Bob, with your outdoor knowledge and Jimmy's editing and filming, this channel has so much potential with the warmer weather brewing. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Oh, I am going to absolutely love this super chat. Laura Sutton with the $5 super chat says, Lemon Tetra Care Tips. This is going to be the easiest $5 I ever made because lemon tetra are amazing fish because they're hardy, they're adaptable, and the key thing is to not stress them out. And if you're putting them in a community aquarium, they're not going to be stressed out. They're such an amazing fish and super easy to breed. If you put them in any planet tank and feed them and do water changes, I guarantee you 100% they will spawn in your tank. And if you have enough plants, you'll actually get some that survive, and you'll see little lemon Tetra Fry. And let me tell you, lemon Tetra Fry are some of the most adorable, probably the most adorable Tetra Fry you're ever going to see. They start to get their colors really early at a really small / young age, and they're just really awesome. So, like any fish, though, don't just feed them one thing. You know, feed them a variety. They do like frozen food, but obviously you got to keep it small. They're not the largest fish out there. So, you know, do your flakes. Do what your normal thing is, but you know, throw in some freeze dried or some frozen food every once in a while, and they'll be your best friends. They're seriously amazing fish, and I'm really looking forward to having a school of like 300 of them. It's gonna be awesome. Peaks belong in jousting duels inside microwaves. K-Stu says, I'm excited. Jimmy is the best. Oh, I lost the chat. Jimmy is the best cameraman. Snow camping is great if your tent doesn't fail. Well, it's easy for me to blame the tent, but it was really my stupid self that brought a summer tent to 5-degree camp spot. So, you know, I kind of deserved it. Honestly, it would have been all right if it wasn't for the wind. It wasn't supposed to be windy, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just bring this small little tent. It'll be fine. But it was super windy. I'm a Cadbury expert. I grew up on the stuff. Ugh. Woof. No thanks. No spanks. No spanks? It's starting to get a little weird around here. Speaking of fry, flagfish spawned in quarantine. Fry growing up there now. How awesome is that? I don't know. Unless your fish have been in quarantine for like a year. But if your fish are spawning in like that 2-week quarantine period, I mean, you know you're set, right? I mean, I don't know if you medicate. Most people do in quarantine. So if they're going through meds and even that doesn't stop them from getting it on, you can end up with a lot of fry. What is my maximum recommended amount of neon tetras in a 29-gallon betta community tank? Ooh, you can do quite a bit. So 29 gallons isn't really big enough for them to school, but they will shoal. And they do get, neon tetras get a lot bigger than people think. A lot of times when you see them in stores, you know, they're just maybe like a ½ inch, but they get pretty big. So keep that in mind. But I would probably do like a dozen of them in a 29, knowing that I'm not going to get very much schooling behavior because it's a 29-gallon tank. But that being said, it'll still be awesome. They're cool fish. Get yourself a dozen of them and it'll be just fine. Have we all hit the like button? It is now your every 30-minute update to hit the like button. I was doing 15, but then I ranted for like a half hour. Not the killer demon guinea pig. Hey. Dummy. Not the killer. What up? The Dream Team, Dolbeck Aqua Design. What's up, buddy? I feel like you asked a question on one of my posts, and I didn't answer it, and I was going to answer it right now. Maybe I did. I don't remember what the question was, so I can't answer it. Boy. My daughter called me Bigfoot because, whew, that's rough. I tripped wearing Uggs and my Palooza. I don't even know what Palooza pants are. You sprained your foot. Well, that's what you get for wearing Uggs. I mean, come on. I'm just kidding. Well, what are Palooza pants? I'm like so far away from my computer that I can't even Google it right now. Palooza. Oh, I guess I have my phone here, but that's just terrible content when I'm on my phone. I'm really curious though what Palooza pants are. Palooza pants. All right, we'll just consider this a quick intermission. Get your drinks. Refill your drinks, I guess. Palooza pants. I'm imagining like MC Hammer type pants. Kind of. They're like, I guess they're like big bell bottoms, except they're bell all the way up and down, not just the bottoms. I don't know. What do I know? I wear sweats and hoodies all day. I don't know anything about fashion. 4 weeks, no meds, was short and usual quarantine tanks, so they quarantined for the people. See, now that's that right there is my favorite quarantine. 4 weeks, no meds. Was short the usual quarantine tank, so they quarantined in the pea puffers and scud breeding tank. Lots of plants, food. They were in heaven. That's scuds. Scuds are amazing when it comes to breeding fish. If you can raise and keep them alive, my scuds always crash at some point. I've never been able to perfect it, but I can keep them alive for like 3 months before they crash. Curtis St. Martin with a $1.50 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Small Bob can't reach computer. Small problems. Yep, it's true. The trick is, as much as I hate it, I'm just gonna have to get wireless keyboard and a wireless mic. But I hate wireless, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. Yeah, way too much. Way too much fabric. That's funny. Hey, Bob, do you think Bigfoot is unknown ape or an alien? Apparently, this is a popular discussion out there. Honestly, I haven't put much thought into the origins of Bigfoot. Is it an ape? Is it some sort of alien ape hybrid? I don't know, because to me it doesn't really matter. It's too late to worry about that now, right? They're already there. If you believe in them. It's just something I do for fun. Don't take me seriously, people. Just something fun to talk about. But I don't know. I would think I don't think there's any alien involvement in Bigfoot. That would be my opinion. First time live. I watched a bunch of your videos while in the fish room today. Love it. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. And thanks for stopping by the live stream. It's good to see you. It's good to have people here. We usually get, about 4,000 to 5,000 people here, so it's pretty fun. What are your plans for the Panagar fry? I don't plan on getting rid of them. I plan on keeping them in a tank. I don't know what that tank's going to look like when I move. But I definitely don't plan on getting rid of them. So if you saw that video or the short, the tank is looking really nasty because I took out all like the big pieces of log. There's a couple big pieces of rocks, but it was mostly driftwood. And it was really cool. And I love tanks stacked with driftwood. And I'll probably just do that again. It's I don't know. I love driftwood in tanks. You'll love wireless. I have my laptop and HDMI to my 60-inch TV and use wireless mouse keyboard. I've done wireless plenty. I have the same thing. I have a laptop. I hate wireless. I hate it. One, there's nothing worse than, I was going to say editing a video, but let's be real. There's nothing worse than playing a game and having your wireless mic or keyboard die. Like, there's just nothing worse. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So that is the sole reason why I hate wireless devices. It's for a computer, like keyboard and mouse, or headset. Like I don't do wireless headset either, because when you're in a heated online battle with some 12-year-old that's talking smack, and your mouse dies, it's the worst thing ever. I'm telling you, it's the worst. Steven the Truth Seeker says, I have seen a ghost and other stuff like a giant, but about 30 years ago. What about the, oh, never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. let's talk about community fish, people. You almost got me on a side tangent there, Truth Seeker. You almost got me there. Wrong channel though. What is your personal favorite Corydora? What about for beginners? Absolute favorite is the stir-by. So if we take everything in consideration, the stir-by will always be my favorite. If we remove beginners out of that equation, Habrosis are really up there. Corydoras, Habrosis, little pygmy Corydoras. They're just super adorable, super fun to watch. But overall, I have to give it to stir-bys because they're awesome. They look great and they're super duper hardy and fairly simple to breed. So yeah, that's always going to be number one. But I really, really do love Habrosis. I have a 20-gallon long QT that is 20-gallon quarantine that is taken care of the same way as my other 2 tanks, but I can't keep ammonia out. 11 baby Pseudomygil fricatas and 14 brand new longfin super reds. Any idea? Well, Plecos are going to create a lot of waste. So it sounds like you just don't have enough beneficial bacteria. Well, obviously you don't. So you might, I don't know what you're using for filtration, but you might want to throw in a sponge filter, or if you're already using a sponge filter, maybe a second one, because it doesn't sound like it's converting it fast enough. You might have lost your cycle somehow. If you changed something recently, you might have lost your cycle. Maybe doing too many water changes would sometimes cause you to lose your cycle. But it just sounds like you need more filtration. Oh boy, now we're getting some comments. My Apple computer died this week and won't turn on no matter what I try. They won't know how to fix this. I hate going to the Apple store. Never owned an Apple, so I can't help you. I've seen the teapot orbiting the sun opposite of us. There you go. Interesting comment. Anyways. Did I check out the Corydora Susia? No, I forgot. But you know what? I can copy that and hit search. No, I just got to copy it. And then go to Google here. Open a new tab. Get off of Zillow here because I was looking at houses. And, I can't hit enter. Oh, there we go. Well, this is a pretty cool looking Corydora. It's like a stir-by with a flagtail. Oh, no, it doesn't have polka dots. Never mind. But it does have zebra tail, flagtail. That's pretty cool. I would probably find or buy this if I could find it. All right, back to the stream. Joe Campbell with the $1 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I went sidetracked you, Bob. You were already talking about Bigfoot. I know. If I still had my gaming channel, we could talk about that all night long, which may or may not be coming back. Maybe. Big Steen, see you next time. Love you. Regina Phalanges, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And always good to see you. Hope you have a good night. Yoop says 12 neon tetras, 8 albino Corydoras, and a betta. Does that sound like too much for a 29-gallon community tank? Definitely not. But I wouldn't get any more Corydoras. 8 is a good number for a 29. 12 neon tetras. I think you're doing all right. That's a really fairly stocked tank, if that makes sense. Every time I clean the Eheim canister, I get the added bonus of stir-by fry. That might make me clean a canister filter. Like, I hate canister filters, but that would be like a good incentive. That's every time I clean up my canister, I get more stir-by Corydoras. My son sent me hang-on back filter from Japan, and all the plastic is clear. Why are all hang-on back filters in the U.S. black? There are clear ones. I believe the one that everyone loves, the Aqua Clear, is clear. Well, it's like a smoked, has like a smoked tint on it. But there are some clear ones, but like definitely all the main brands, Aquion, Tetra, Marineland, they're all black. And it's probably because it's just cheaper. That would be my guess. Like, I don't know if there's a cost difference between clear plastic and black plastic, but I'm just guessing. Just going out on a limb and guessing that black plastic is cheaper than clear. What's my favorite Loach Barb combo? Well, black ruby barbs and dwarf chain loaches. I've never done it, but I really want to. So I don't know if it's my favorite, but I think it would be pretty dang awesome. Pretty dang awesome. Can I keep my yo-yo loach in a 20 long? Well, probably not, to be honest. Probably not. Marina slim, but only for small tanks. Oh, yeah, the Marina. Those are definitely clear as well. Don't sidetrack Bob with stories of goblins. Goblins. Matthew Vargas says, I'm so ready to get rid of my Fluval 407 and pop in 2 co-op sponges. Well, how come we haven't done it already? The sponges are like $1. Do it. Do it. Stop putting it off. Although, I understand anything related to a canister filter, I would procrastinate like crazy too. Aqua Clear OP. See, I'm like the only one that doesn't like Aqua Clear filters. I swear. Not only do I not like them, I almost hate them. I don't hate them, but I almost do. Florida Fish Rescue says I have a transparent blue hang-on back that was donated. Don't know what brand it is, but it's cool looking. Yeah, I feel like anytime you go to, I don't know, eBay or like the off brands on Amazon that are made in China, a lot of them are clear. So I don't know. I feel like if it really was a cost thing, then those China brands wouldn't be clear. But I don't know. I don't know. Oddball says, I'm going to run my 150 with no filter, just plants with all my bichers and big pleco and Asian knife fish. Make me a monster fish keeper and it will be epic. I mean, you could definitely do it. Definitely. I mean, honestly, as long as you do your water changes, you don't really need filtration. I mean, let's be honest here, people. If we're really getting down to it, do you really need filtration? I mean, put it in a power head so you get flow, do your water changes, and as long as your tank isn't overstocked, you don't need filtration. Come on. What was my first tank size and fish that kicked off your interest? So, my first fish tank was a 29 gallon that I had reptiles in, that I converted my aquarium from reptiles to fish. And the fish that really kicked off my interest, I mean, I was a kid, was any shark. Rainbow, red tail, bala, black, any shark. I had to have it. That's what got me started. Curtis says, I'm a big fan of Aqua Clear. I have a 110 and feel it's overrated. Wait, I'm not a big fan of Aqua Clear. Yeah, I'm not either. I feel like they're, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get what the big deal is. To me, out of all the filters I own, like, they give me the most issues. And it's just simple things, right? Like the propeller being noisy, you know, all things that all hang-on backs will do eventually. I just figure, to me, it just seems like the Aqua Clear requires way more maintenance than other hang-on backs. But I don't know. I feel like everything I buy breaks anyway, so what does it matter? No power head, just a big fish moving water and water changes. Make it rain, people. Make it rain. See, I would only do a power head, personally, if it was like a planet tank. Just because I don't want dead spots in a planet tank, because that's when you get algae and crap like that. But that's just my personal preference. Now, Bob, I'm not a fan of Aqua Clear either, and they don't understand all the love they get. Cheap plastic, hokey basket, and usually has to be primed. That's one thing I absolutely hate about Aqua Clear, is having to prime it. It's by far out of all the brands I've had, it has to be primed the most. Like when the power, goes through a power cycle or gets, storm, whatever. You lose power and it turns back on. It's always the Aqua Clear that are down there grinding nonstop. It's so, I don't know. I don't dig them. I don't dig them. The lid like never fits back on. I don't, maybe it's just me, I'm doing something wrong, but I never get the lid to fit back on right. It's always like cattywampus. I don't know. The basket thing. Anyways. My filter filler is a bamboo shrimp. My favorite filter. I guess I'm going to have to move chat closer. Curtis says, best hang on back filters made by Tidal. Oh, made any Tidal series. I feel like I need to try it, but I also feel like I don't want it to be one of these overhyped things. Like, to me, absolutely, I think AquaClear is overhyped. And I mean, the Seacam Tidal series is getting hyped up like none other. And eventually I'm going to have to try it to see if it's deserving of the hype. Is it Bob approved of the hype? But like most Seacam products, I'm thinking it's not. So, I don't know. If it was like a different company, I would have higher hopes. But that's just me. Algae is nature's way of telling you something is not balanced. I mean, I don't know that I would go that far. Like, you could get algae with low flow and still have a balanced aquarium, even with low flow. But to me, like, algae is part of nature. Like, if I go out in nature, very rarely do I see, again, a pond or lake or river without algae. So I love algae. It's just, you know, hair algae. I don't love hair algae. Nobody loves hair algae. But there's a lot of algae out there that I do like. Curtis says, really been wanting to try a Tidal. Yeah. If they sent me one, I would try it. But a lot of times when companies send you stuff, they want you to say only good things about them, which I won't do. So, Bob still hates platyfish as well. I'm not going to say hate. I'm not going to say hate. Not my favorite, but definitely not for me. I don't know that I hate them, though. What hang on back is Bob approved? So, keep in mind, it's still a hang on back filter. So, I mean, the bar is already pretty low. But my favorite hang on back is the Aquarium, because the pump is in the tank, so it self-primes. I never have to worry about filling the back up with water. And the canisters, like the back part, is huge. And they make it wide open, so you really have room to customize it however you want. So that's why I really like the Aquarium. They give you lots of room to play with, and they self-prime. The Tetra ones also self-prime, but they are noisy, super noisy. They're called Whisper, but after 6 months, they ain't whispering anymore. Tell you that much. I've got some BBS growing in my 90 that blends in with everything else. Yeah, BBA, not BBS, but Blackbeard Algae can be really nice as long as you keep it in check. It's really easy. Like, if you're keeping it in mind on how you set up your tank, like, so obviously you set up your tank, maybe get a little bit of Blackbeard Algae, and then you kind of like come up with a strategy to keep it and to keep it maintained and in its own little area, which is not hard to do. It can be really cool. I like Tidal, but I like the sponge filters better. Tidal for flow if you need it. So I will say that I do prefer using hang-on back filters versus power heads. If I need flow in an aquarium, I would much rather have a hang-on back filter than a power head. So you're saying you promise I'll love it? Keep in mind, bar already pretty low, way down here. 50 low boy, fully planted shrimp tank, no filter, no flow, no algae problems. Pound water changes. Yep. Doesn't hurt that you have shrimp eating any algae, but yeah, definitely don't need it. I'm telling you, there's so much in this hobby is just not needed. It's purely for something for them to make money off of. I mean, but that's true with any hobby, though, really. I mean, got a newly scaped tank, currently cycling. I got some grapevine wood, and it looks so good. Oh, man. New tanks are always fun. Title sucks up fry and shrimp. I will say, any hang-on back filter you're using and your fish are spawning or you have shrimp, you probably have an intake sponge. I mean, you probably should have one anyways, but especially if you have shrimp or fry. Have we all hit the like button? 15-minute warning. Ding, ding, ding. Hit the like button. Hit that like. Somebody tell me how many likes we're at. Bob, have you ever eaten your fish? Nope. Nope. Don't know that I ever would either. Thanks for the question. Weirdo. Hobbies are made to be a money sink. I would say that was true for a long time, but I can tell you what, if you want to make money at your hobby, there's been no better time in history than right now. Like, there's so many people out there turning hobbies into their job because of social media. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyone can do it. Great time to be alive right now, people. Great time. Shrimp with Sue McGill frittatas. Okay, absolutely. Yep, done it. Mollies are such pigs by 75. I try to feed like 4 different foods at a time to occupy each level of the water column and still don't feel like my bottom dwellers are getting enough food. Again, feed them at night. Feed them at night. Turn off the lights, give it about an hour, and then, hopefully everyone's pretty chill and maybe sleeping, and drop in some wafers for those bottom feeders. Oh, you're telling me we only need 28 more likes for 300? We can get there. We can get there. Do I get a prize if I hit the like button? Yes. A mystery prize that will be sent to you in 100 years. I made more than $100 last week selling plants. Recently, didn't think I'd be a plant hustler in 2021. Plants are a great, I hate the word hustle, but like a great side hustle for this hobby. Plants sell well, and they ship easy. It's an amazing way to make an extra buck or two to help fund the hobby. Fund it. Yes, Steven, it's pride knowing you've support you. You're all right. Definitely gonna have to get this chat closer next week. It was fine for like the first hour, but now I'm screwing up everything. Eye fatigue. It's real. It's real. Danny Does Life says, evening guys, lurking but liked. I tried to convince Danny to call in sick tomorrow, but she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. I said, hey, call in sick. We'll go down to the wholesaler. We'll get some awesome new fish. But apparently that wasn't enough incentive for her. Jamie says, I'll just hit the like button 28 times and you'll be set. Sure. Sure, Jamie. Bob, do you remember my question from last week about my painted fire reds turning gray? They are now getting white clear lines around the middle and dying fast. Only 2 left. So, these dogs. That was actually, you know what? That was like an hour run with no barking, so I'm not going to complain. Usually when inverts start turning like white or clear, it means it usually is a sign that you need more calcium. Usually. So I haven't said anything yet. Oh, well, hopefully your employer does not watch my live stream. Yeah, right. But anyways, clear white usually means lack of calcium. So if you were to try them again, now I don't specifically remember your question, but I'm assuming you're talking about shrimp. So hopefully I'm correct. So if you try them again, I would try maybe some cuttlebone, some crushed coral, something to get more calcium in there. Joe says, I'll call in sick, Bob. Let's go. Yeah, they have rainbow shiners at the wholesaler, and I want them so bad. You have no idea how bad I want rainbow shiners, and they're a really good price too. A really good price. Is Aquaterra a good brand of sand? I've never used it. So I can't tell you. Who? Your dogs have my dogs barking. Yeah. There's a person across the street who lets their dog bark uncontrollably. No training at all. And it usually starts off this massive chain reaction through the whole neighborhood. It's terrible. Bob, they've had calcium block in the tank since day one. I would try a different form of calcium then. a different, just anything else, because it doesn't sound like that's working. Unless there's some weird disease thing that I don't know about. I mean, I'm not claiming to be like an invert specialist by any means. This is just what I've seen from keeping snails and shrimp myself. As soon as they start turning white and clear, I got to do something, and I got to do something fast. Maybe the calcium block just doesn't work. I don't know. I've used oyster shells, crushed coral, all sorts of things, but I've never used the calcium block. So I don't know. But I do know if you have water like mine, a calcium block is not going to do much. Like those things, though, a calcium block in my water would get dissolved so fast because my water is so soft. Like you put it in there and like a minute later it'd be gone, I swear. Brian says, I need rainbow shiners. Glassbox says, just got rainbow shiners. They're super awesome. But anyway, I mean, BJ, I wish I had some like words of wisdom. But I mean, the only thing I can think of is to try like a different something else to get more calcium in the water. And maybe it's not calcium. Maybe it's a different mineral. Just something to bring that mineral content up. Or you could have just got a bad line. I mean, it could just be simple as just not quality stock. I don't know. Feed broccoli super high in calcium and they love it. There you go. That is an excellent idea. Broccoli. Danny's fish shed won over my girlfriend. Now she wants to have ponds and moody lighting. That's awesome. Yeah, we need to do some work on the fish shed here sooner than later. So maybe we'll get an update video once said work gets done, I hope. Snello, pureed broccoli or kale is something. Add powdered calcium carbonate and spirulina powder. Whew. Words of wisdom, wrong channel. Yeah. I mean, I'm only good for one words of wisdom, and we got that out of the way quick this stream when I said plants love dirt. That's all the wisdom you're gonna get out of this live stream. 5 minutes, 3 likes. Can we do it? Oh man, I could like my own stream. No, I can't. My likes are gone. Currently plumbing and planting. Nice. Planting, all more reason to go to the wholesaler. Just saying. Yeah, you want to see the barker? Come here. No, don't sit down. Come here doesn't mean sit down. No, don't sit just because I said sit. Jeez, come on. Oh, come here. Oh. All right, here's the barker. You gotta bark at everything, don't you? Yeah. 300, there we go. Plants do love dirt. That's genius. See? That's my one words. Oh, thanks, buddy. Chevy Fish, if you don't like the skimmer, you can adjust it or just turn it off. Oh, is that on the C-Chem? Woohoo! Thanks, guys. Yep, thank you for 300 likes. That's actually pretty helpful. Okay, everyone unlike now. Well, don't unlike. At least dislike. So, I mean, at least dislike. All right. No French kissing. Get down. They got me when I was talking. That's gross. Get out of here, pervert. Oh, hey, Bob, if you had the tank, would you keep a rainbow fish community tank or... if I had, would you keep rainbow fish with an Australian lungfish? I don't know much about the Australian lungfish, but I would keep them with the South American lungfish. So if it's like the same fish, just on a different continent, a little bit different scientific name, then yes, I would keep them with rainbows. Doggy loves you, mate. Yep. He certainly does. And I love all 3 of them equally. Except for you. I love you the most. Plants love dirt the way people love being pet. Okay. If you say so. Pervert dog. You big pervert. You big pervert. You're a prevert. Get out of here, prevert. Dog is gorgeous. Yep. How could anyone dislike this video? I don't know. It's such an amazing video. Like, I mean, this is top tier YouTube content. Come here, Chance. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, man. See, there's too many dogs. Come here. Come here. Are you jealous now? Are you jealous now? Well, come here. Come here. Whoa, you're coming in from the side, huh? Coming in from the side. Can tropical freshwater fish be eaten by humans? If you really want to. I know you're just trolling, but tropical fish are eaten by humans. In lots of countries, they are a staple diet. Hey, come here. Come here. Better hurry before he gets back. Oh, there. Now you're thinking. Oh, you're coming all the way up, huh? Gonna have a sit? Just gonna sit and hang out? Puppies, not people. I miss my dog, Honey, so much. Always staring while I was cooking. Yeah, I'm getting some serious eye fatigue. This is for the doggone. The doggone. Dog. That dog gone. This dog back. Oh, Susan here. Susan says, good night, everyone. Thanks, Susan, for stopping by. I appreciate it. And also, thank you for the $2 super chat. This floppy-eared dude thanks you, too. Ooh, look at these ears. Look at these floppy ears. Oh. Oh. I want to try discus. It's, you know, I will say, I don't think discus are as tough as everyone says they are. Coming from someone who's never kept discus, mind you, I'm still going to claim. I'm still going to make that claim. Hi, and thanks for the super chat. Yep. Thank you, thank you. Good evening, everyone, says One Dirty Platty. One Dirty Platty. All right. Look at that silly dog. Yeah, this dude is the silliest of them all, too. Aren't you? I don't know where the other one is, but these two have been bugging me all night. Oddball Aquatics with $2 super chat says, thanks for being awesome, Small Bob. Small Bob. Small. Was supposed to be doggos. Oh, God. Ah! You got me in my misters. Oh, okay. Never doing that again. Oh, man. All right. I think it's as good a time as ever to end it. Oh, boy. Right in the misters. Let's see. And, yeah, I know. There's a dog out there. I know. It's so exciting. We all have to know about it. Anyways, that's going to do it for this stream. It's been 2 hours. I got to say, the recliner, pretty dang good idea. This 2 hours flew by and was super comfy. Awesome lap dogs. Yeah, until he jumps off you and gets you in the misters. But anyways, thanks everyone for hanging out. I hope you had a fun time. I had a fun time. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out if you haven't. And, you know, thank you. Thank you to everyone. I don't have the list in front of me, so I can't just run down the list tonight because, you know, it's not there. So how do you walk 3 dogs? I do not walk all 3 at the same time. I'll pick 2 and then rotate. That's how I do it. 2 at a time. 2 at a time. But anyways, thanks again, everyone, for commenting, liking, lurking, subscribing, and, you know, the people that watch that are not subscribed. What are you doing? So hit the subscribe. Thanks for the mods, for modding and linking and keeping all these people under control. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next week, I guess. Right? All right.